I didn't hear it say go live. Well, it doesn't. Welcome, everyone, to the Joining Enlightened group. Thank you for joining us. Let's begin with the light of infinite being.
You may still need to record local. I don't see that.
I did see that.
Oh, okay.
I did do that.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Welcome, everyone, to the Joining Enlightened group this evening to look at a desire given by Jesus for the healing of our mind and a service to the whole. So let's begin with focusing on the light of infinite being. So we use the miracle worksheet as prompted throughout the evening. We have about 40 minutes to look at a desire given by spirit and focus on the relishing of the wanting of this desire. So we're not going to be, excuse me, analyzing or talking about stories or explanations or whys or wherefores. It's going to be purely asking Jesus to guide us in seeing the full relishing, the wanting of a particular desire. And out of that, Jesus then reveals what it is we need to see for the healing of the mind. And he requests that we fully embrace this relishing so that we're ready to accept a miracle. We're ready to see it differently. So tonight, some of us here at the center prayed about what desire to look at, and we heard the desire for the experience of arrogance. So let's really look at that energy, that wanting energy for arrogance, and see what Holy Spirit Jesus has to reveal to us, what he wants us to see for the healing of our mind.
I hear, yes, I have this desire. It's like the idea of, well, it's like being ahead of myself all the time.
What I'm hearing is that I think I know better than God what's best for me, whether it's blatant or hidden below my level of awareness. And I'm hearing how much I relish thinking I know better. And wanting to argue and fight about it. Oh.
Yeah. My interpretation is more valuable than being open to asking for another way of seeing, another interpretation of what I'm seeing, yeah, what I'm experiencing.
I'm hearing that out picturing and mind wandering are arrogant. Anytime I don't ask for guidance is arrogance. I notice what I'm hearing is that Face of Innocence wants to say, oh, I'm not arrogant about God. I recognize God as all powerful and blah, blah, blah. And yet arrogance seems to be so subtle. It's not in your face. It seems.
Yeah, subconscious.
Yep.
I
Very.
love having the subconscious where I can hide. Oh. I also hear it's like really relishing that I can negotiate with God about what's true, what's real. It's like I'm just so used to giving to get.
Hmm.
And like having expectations and not um, yeah, I guess it's just like comes back to that interpretation with
That's good.
like it's like coming back to that um, thinking that interpretation um, is going to get me what I want.
I really relish thinking I know better than God or anybody else. What's best for me?
Just showing me how it's cherishing death. And there's pleasure, definitely, in that.
And what?
I said there's pleasure in that for sure.
Hmm.
It's delicious.
Pleasure and arrogance.
Yeah.
There's a sense of autonomy and separation and doing it my way. I'm saying, experiencing the arrogance of falling asleep.
Oh.
I notice I'm suddenly drifting off.
Yeah, I was hearing wanting the light to come and go. Just having confusion over that the light comes and goes rather than the arrogance. The arrogance is permanent. I want it to seem that way, that the arrogance is set in stone
Hmm.
and the light is what comes and goes. I just want it to be the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Upside down and backwards is what I was hearing. Do we want to look at the value?
Yeah. What value, Jesus, do we get out of this desire for arrogance? I'm the center of my universe.
It's like a playground. I get to have fun and frolic and be free.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't belong to anyone or anything, and so I can just be free. I can escape from any responsibility for my mind. uh, Really, I just see frolicking and how much I love it. Uh, like a like a dance, self delusion. Just kind of seeing the pattern or the repetition of that, getting caught up in that, following thoughts, and then ending up with like despair and, oh, I'm right back to where I started, and um, seeing how much I don't want awakening, how much I don't want um, to let go of, or to just see this another way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the arrogance uh, on the spiritual journey of seeing myself as a tough nut to crack, or a poster child for slow awakening, or whatever.
yeah, he's bringing me back to like seeing that freedom, how much I relish thinking that arrogance is freedom. The freedom comes through arrogance.
Yeah, tolerating arrogance, recognizing it to some degree, and just like, oh, well, no big deal if I don't talk to God all the time. Jesus, are we holding or are we releasing with this desire? The desire to be arrogant, the experience of arrogance. There's the arrogance of thinking it's impossible not to have a miracle for this desire.
Mm. Yeah, to want anything but to just have a conversation with Jesus. It's like anything but that.
We make it so stark and difficult.
Well, I hear holding.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just asking about body identification, if that's helpful to look at that. Or if
Yeah,
that's something else.
Yeah, I think that's something else. It's more specific. He gave just the desire for the experience of arrogance.
Yeah.
And what I'm hearing is that anytime I think I deserve something different than what is,
Mm.
oh, this, I shouldn't have to do this. Da 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 da.
Mm.
This assignment, this whatever.
Mm. Mm.
The desire for the experience of relishing arrogance.
Holding it, holding an or having an opinion is another. Having an opinion or holding an opinion.
Just thinking I know better.
Yeah, what I see is like a contrast of no God and infinite light. Just seeing that contrast. No God,
And oh,
like absolute no God.
our alarm just went off.
Mhm.
Can you hear it when it goes off?
I heard it this time. Mhm.
Jesus, what would you have us see now as we near the end of this session about this desire for the experience of arrogance?
I hope I've been wrong.
What?
I said, I pray I've been wrong, or I ask to see that I'm wrong about this. Yeah, I want a miracle for this. See that. I don't know if I'm ready for one. I want one. I also hear for a value that I can find peace through this. Or rest.
What?
Rest.
Hmm.
like
Well, thank you, inner voice for God. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Jesus, Renee. Yeah.
thank you, Mary.
Good night.
Okay, see y'all.